And then the other news with Jon Jones. I made that video that Jon Jones is back. And some more information got dug up. Turns out he's somewhat of a snitch on something or someone in the sport, out of the sport. A PED user, a PED distributor. Wow, what kind of position did this guy take to get out of this? To get out of that 4-year suspension? He got 30 months off. Now he only has 15 months. Who is he snitching on? This is going to be pretty interesting. Don't tell me it was Verdum, because Verdum just got caught with something. If it was Verdum, that's terrible. But I hear a lot of people saying that it has to be someone in Jackson Wink. And maybe he hasn't done it yet, but he's working with USADA to get somebody. And it turns out that he has a lot of evidence on something or someone already. Enough to catch this guy or girl, whoever it is. I hope it's not Donald Cerrone in some way. I don't think Donald Cerrone ever do PEDs, but he has this falling out with Jackson Wink, and all of a sudden Jon Jones is all in to snitch on someone that he has a lot of evidence on. And Cowboy was with Jackson Wink for, 10 years or something? So they know each other pretty well, and they didn't have the best history with each other sometimes. Sometimes they were friends, sometimes they weren't. But that's just, is that coincidence? I don't know. Because Donald Cerrone just left Jackson Wink. He bashed him for all sort of stuff, saying that they're pretty much not a good gym anymore and their credibility has lessened and all that stuff, and Jones still trains there. So maybe he's like, okay, I can use my opportunity to get out of this 4-year suspension and get rid of this guy who's been bashing us at the same time. That's just speculation. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's just a theory. A very interesting theory. But the fight for Jon Jones has to be Alexander Gustafsson. No Daniel Cormier. To be honest, personally, I'm kind of sick of the Cormier fight. We saw it twice. We saw what happens. I know Jones got popped for something for both of them. Second one was a PED. First one, I think, was cocaine. But I saw the fight. Jones beat the guy twice. He knocked the guy out in the second fight. Will it be a heavyweight? I don't think it will be a heavyweight because I don't think they want to hurt Daniel Cormier's and Brock Lesnar's chance to fight each other. I think it's going to be a light heavyweight. And it has to be Gustafsson. Jon Jones did post a picture on his Instagram pointing to his fight with Gustafsson the first time. He actually made 2 posts. One of them that the UFC posted, coincidence, about Jon Jones and Gustafsson's first fight, where they do this on this day thing in 2013 when they fought each other. And then Jones posted after that, earned, not given. It shows him raising his hands and Gustafsson's head down as if he lost. I still think Gus won the fight, but I don't know. I hope it happens, man. Even with Jones being back and he did PEDs and all that stuff, and now he's snitching on something or someone, apparently, I am glad he's back. To be honest, I'm glad the guy's back. I like to see him fight. I love watching him fight. He is, PEDs or not, from what we know of every single fighter, Jon Jones is probably the scariest man on the planet. He's probably the last guy you ever want to cross on the entire planet. Unarmed, that is, you know what I'm saying? He is the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Take away weight classes, take away all that stuff, have everybody as they are. Jones is the best. And the only guy that I think beat him was Gustafsson. Think about that. The greatest martial artist, the greatest fighter on the planet that we have ever seen, who has pretty much never lost, almost got beat by one man. And we never saw that fight again. I want to see this fight. It's the biggest fight for me the entire year if it happens. For me, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but this fight is even bigger for me than Khabib and Conor. Khabib and Conor is great. It's a lot of promotions, a lot of star quality, all that stuff, celebrity, and the stylistic collision of the grappler versus striker thing. Yes, it's amazing. It would be my second. But in terms of well-rounded fighters who have it all, these two guys have it all. Jones and Gus have it all. They are some of the greatest fighters to fight in the UFC. You have Jones, who is the greatest when you take out PEDs, take out weight classes, take out all that stuff. Jones is the best. And this is his real rival in my eyes. This is the biggest fight of the year for me, if it happens. By far. I've been waiting for this fight for a while. I've been waiting for it since 2014, where I think they were thinking about doing it again. And the biggest thing is they both look better in their last fights than they ever did before. Jones versus DC2 was better than any Jones we've ever seen before. Gus versus Glover Teixeira was the greatest Gus we've ever seen. Imagine that. This will be a better version of their first fight. Better fighters in this fight than they were in their first fight. And they were already some of the best fighters of the entire game back then. Guys, this is the fight.